Hey, so fabulous sewers. I just wanted to give you a real quick video on the things that you need to have when you're coming into class next week. Now, this is for my intermediate and above class students. Okay, you guys should already have your pattern. You should have your fabric by now. If not, then I'm just going to do a real quick go over on what you need to be doing before you come, or what you're supposed to have when you come to class next week, okay? Because classes do start next week, so you got to have all your stuff on point. So I'm just going to use this pattern real quick. This is mainly for like the intermediate one students. One of your projects is to do your pants, and I also said you could do a skirt, but I think pants have more techniques to it. You get more out of making pants than you will making a skirt. Skirt's pretty simple. Hopefully we can get through the pants and maybe even do a skirt towards the end of the session. So let's get to it. So when you get in your pattern, you remember that you got to make sure that your size is on the front of the envelope. That's right here. Make sure it's right in there. And so remember that, whatever size you wear, you want to get a pattern that's at least 2 to 3 sizes bigger than you. So let's say you are a size 12. Then this one would be good because you could do the 16, 18. But if you do a 12, if you are a 12, you could probably do a 14. It just really depends on the cut. But you do want to make sure that the size is 2 times more than what you are. Notice that the pants are different. They all have different letters, so know which one that you want to make as well. And once you get your right pattern, the next thing you're going to do is look on the back of the pattern to make sure you're getting everything that you need. Now, on the back of this one, it's going to show you the different types of fabric that you can use, and always know that whatever is listed there is not going to be all the fabric in the world. It's just giving you a basic idea. So what they're telling you is that you can use denim, and denim is good. So it also says a stretch woven. So that means that it can have a little stretch to it, but not crazy. Just a little, guys, just a little stretch. All right. And it also tells you to get fabric for the pockets. So whatever the fabric you choose for the main, you want to make sure you get a lightweight lining type fabric for the inside of the pocket, because it's not going to get seen and it won't cause so much of a bulk once you start to put everything together. When you put it on, if you use the same fabric, it's going to be a big lump and make you look bigger than what you are. The next thing you want to look at is your notions. Please make sure you go over that. This one is saying that you need for the zipper, a 7-inch zipper. I'm going to say to try to do a 9-inch zipper, so that way it's much easier to pop in, and then we can cut off whatever the extra is. I've been doing that a lot lately, using a little longer zipper than what the pattern is calling for, because it makes it easier. It really does. And that's that's the main thing about sewing. So anything else that it's going to be saying, it could say a button, it could say a snap, whatever. Make sure you have all your pieces. You don't want to have to go back to Joann's again or wherever you're going. All right. The next thing now is the section A through D. Those are the 4 types of pants. And remember the 45 and the 60, that's your fabric width, and then your size. So if we say we're going to do a size 10 and we're going to do pants A, we're going to need 2 1/8 for if it was 45, and a yard, and 7/8 if it's for 60. So the wider the fabric, the less you have to buy, okay? But just make sure you know how wide the fabric is before you tell the lady how much. Now, if you buy fabric and it has like stripes, and you want the stripes to go around you, or it's a plaid, we're going to have to match up those plaids throughout the seams. So you always want to get a little extra yardage for the plaids, okay? I'm going to say probably about 1/4 of a yard more should be enough, but use it to your discretion, but just get a little extra. The other things you want to pay attention to is your fusible interfacing. That is the reinforcing fabric that we put in between things like the waistband, the fly. If it were doing a shirt, you would need it in the collar and the cuffs. So things like that. So you definitely want to buy interfacing. And I'm going to say if it's 50% or 60% off, if it's on sale, y'all buy it. by a couple yards, because you're always going to use interfacing. If your garment that you're making says elastic, then you won't need it. But everything else is going to need interfacing. You have to have it, so you might as well buy extra. All right. And then next is telling you for, let's see, says the interfacing, and then it's going to tell you for lining. So lining is right there, and that's for all the pants. And it tells you probably about a half a yard or something like that. And that's fine. That's all you're going to need. You don't need a whole lot. Just get it. Just get the half a yard, so you know you'll have enough. So pay attention to what is needed. Now, if you are intermediate 1, that means that you're going to need to get one other tool to help you with creating your garments, and that's going to be your transfer wheel, and you're going to need transfer paper. If you don't already have it, the transfer wheel looks something like this. Right, so it's a handle. It has a round disc at the bottom of it. Sometimes it'll look like this. It'll have like the little ridges going around it. Now this is a double header. I can't find my single one, but it looks just like that. Now the little curves could be a little pointier, but either way, it's going to transfer ink onto your fabric. We'll talk about that a little bit more once you get into it. Okay. All right. So now the next thing you want to do. Oh, why am I getting so blurry? What's up? What's up? There we go. So next thing is, now for everybody, the one thing I do want you to do is to make sure that you have your tissue paper pieces cut. So you know the tissue paper on the first page of your pattern, it's going to have the pattern, the garments. It's going to have all the pattern pieces here so that you'll know what you'll need. And then on one of the pages, let's just say we're going to do pants A. So pants A is right here. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. So at the top says jeans A, and across from it, it'll tell you the pattern pieces that you need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so get those pieces off of that tissue paper and cut it. Now remember, we don't cut our size. We cut whatever the largest size is, but on the outskirts of that. It won't take up so much time. Now, my intermediate 2 and advanced, I'm going to say that you should be able to pick out your layout and pin and go ahead and cut it out. So that way when we start our class, we jump right into sewing. Now, if you have any issues with that, if you're not quite sure you got it right, no problem. Just at least pin it onto the fabric so that way when you come in, if I have to make a change, then cool. And if you're not sure, don't put pins all the way around all of them. Like measure the grain lines and put a couple pins in just to hold the tissue paper in place. Don't go all the way around. So that way we won't have so much to take off if we do have to fix anything. All right. So these are the things that I want you guys to be working on between now and your next class. You are, I hope you are as excited to get back into sewing as I am. If you have any questions, if you're on the remind, send me a text. Ask me what your question. Lord, I'm a little upset, y'all, because I just watched the Ravens game and we lost. I'm so sad. But anyway, if you have any questions, send me a text. I'll help you through it. You know that I'm always here for you. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend, and see you later.